Welcome to the Life Groups and Life Missions Leadership Podcast. We're honored that you chose to spend just a few minutes of your week with us. We hope that today's content will bring value to you as a leader and as a follower of Christ.
So today we're going to be talking about consistency and how consistency plays a crucial role in span of care and caring for those you lead.
Yeah, when we talk about leadership, one of the things that I'm learning most about right now is consistency and the value that consistency brings to what we have the opportunity to influence. So my son Dakota and I, we just read a book called The Compound Effect. A great book. I would highly recommend it. But in the first few pages of the book, it talks about doubling the value of a penny every day for 31 days, or having been given the option of $10 million, which would you take? And the book goes on to show that if you take that penny doubled every day, compounded 31 days, that the amount becomes much greater than that lump sum offered at the beginning. And the same thing applies so much to our leadership.
Yeah.
When we apply a small amount, just a small idea, consistently over time, it will harvest big results. Now, if the idea is a bad idea or a bad habit, you could say,
Right.
the results aren't going to be great. If the idea is a good idea, a good habit, man, the value that can bring to your life is undescribable.
Yeah, and God uses, what I love about that is God uses and multiplies the small things that we do.
Absolutely.
So we feel and we put false expectations on ourselves, and I know Donnie and I, we've talked about this often.
A lot, yeah.
Truth, like we talk about it often, is we feel like we've got to do these big grandeur things, and we don't. Like it's small steps, small nudges in the right direction that have big results. And it could be something small. For me, one of my keystone habits, I love keystone habits.
Yeah.
Something I do consistently every day is I make my bed. And I know that sounds silly, and I know I've heard other leaders say that, but I started it this year, and it really does help me to feel successful right after I wake up.
Yep.
And then throughout the day, I know that if I do that one thing consistently, then I'm also going to be able to be consistent in my relationship with God, in my relationship with my awesome wife, and our really awesome daughter, Jada. I'm going to be consistent in my relationships if I'm consistent in other things.
Right. We feel like so many times, like you said, we've got to do these big, huge things to make a big impact.
Yeah.
But the most responsible thing we can do is not try to work God out of his own job.
Yeah.
A lot of times we take on the pressure and the expectation of we've got to handle it all. But what we can recognize is then when we just give just a little bit, right? Give what God has equipped us and called us to do. We take a prayerful account, we apply that little small nudge, and we do it consistently, even when the results don't seem like they're what we want them to be. We know that God honors obedience, right? And that's what we're talking about, consistent obedience in our relationship with Christ. He honors it, he multiplies it, and then compounded over time, you never know the difference that God might make through you because of your willingness to obey him in the small things.
Yes, so we want to hear from you guys. Like, how is consistency, if you're a community leader coach or community leader, playing a part in how you care for those you're leading? And then if you're a life group leader, same thing. Like, we want to know, how does consistency in your life group and how you're caring for those who are attending your life group, how is that impacting the relationships that are being formed in those groups?
Yeah, so find us on the weekend. Give us a text, an email, a phone call. We want to be able to learn from you guys because we know that God is doing amazing things in and through you, and that you guys are learning a lot because we're a team that loves to learn more. Yeah. So we look forward to seeing you guys on the weekend to shake your hand or hug your neck. But until we see you guys later, remember, whoever finds God
finds life.